Picture this. You wake up tomorrow morning pain-free. Your legs feel strong, your joints move smoothly, and you bounce out of bed, ready to embrace the day. No more wondering why your body aches, despite doing everything right. No more feeling betrayed by the very foods you thought were nourishing you. What I'm about to share with you might completely change how you think about breakfast, and it could be the key to reclaiming the vibrant, active life you deserve. The breakfast betrayal nobody talks about. You've been faithful to your morning routine for years. Those scrambled eggs with bacon, that buttered toast, maybe a slice of cheese. It all seems so innocent, so comforting. You've been told eggs are a superfood, packed with protein, B12, and all those brain-boosting nutrients. And they are. But here's what nobody warned you about. It's not the eggs that might be causing your morning stiffness, swollen ankles, or that mysterious leg pain that seems to come from nowhere. It's what you're eating with them. As we gracefully age past 60, our bodies become more sensitive, more vulnerable to inflammatory triggers. Our digestion slows, our immune systems work harder, and suddenly, those harmless food combinations we've enjoyed for decades can silently ignite a fire of inflammation throughout our bodies. The result? Aching legs, swollen joints, and that frustrating stiffness that makes simple pleasures like gardening or walking to the mailbox feel like mountains to climb. But here's the beautiful truth. You have the power to change the story. Today. Before we dive deeper into this life-changing information, I want you to know that this channel is your safe haven for health wisdom designed specifically for people like us. If you haven't already, please subscribe and ring that notification bell, because knowledge like this could be the difference between struggling through your golden years and truly thriving in them. And if this resonates with you so far, I'd love for you to share your biggest aha moment in the comments below. Your insights help our entire community grow stronger together. 1. Processed meats, bacon, sausage, ham. Oh, the sweet aroma of bacon sizzling in the morning. For so many of us, it's not just breakfast. It's a hug from our childhood, a ritual that connects us to simpler times. I completely understand why letting go of that crispy, salty companion to your eggs feels like losing a dear friend. But what if I told you that this beloved morning ritual might be the very thing standing between you and pain-free mornings? Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and ham are loaded with sodium, nitrates, and artificial preservatives, compounds that become increasingly dangerous as our bodies age. Think of these substances as tiny sparks in your bloodstream. In your younger years, your body could easily put out these fires, but now, these sparks can ignite widespread inflammation, especially in your legs and joints, where circulation is already working harder. Here's where it gets even more concerning. When those sulfur compounds in eggs meet the nitrates in processed meat, they create a perfect storm in your bloodstream, elevating uric acid levels and triggering symptoms that mirror gout, sharp pain, redness, and swelling, particularly in your feet and knees. You might notice these symptoms hours after breakfast and never connect them to that morning meal. The pain feels random, but it's not. It's your body crying out for help. I know giving up bacon feels like a sacrifice, but imagine this instead. Waking up tomorrow with legs that feel light and strong, knees that bend without protest, feet that carry you confidently through your day. Isn't that freedom worth more than 5 minutes of familiar flavor? And speaking of familiar flavors, let's talk about that innocent piece of toast sitting next to your eggs. 2. Refined carbohydrates, white bread, bagels, muffins. There's something deeply soul-satisfying about warm buttered toast alongside your morning eggs. It represents home, comfort, tradition. These foods have been symbols of nourishment and love for generations, but as we age, we must ask ourselves a crucial question. Is this food loving me back? Refined carbohydrates like white bread, bagels, and muffins have been stripped of everything that made them truly nourishing. When you eat them, they race through your system like a sugar rush, causing dramatic spikes in your blood glucose. Your body, already working harder to maintain balance as you age, sees this sugar surge as an emergency and floods your system with inflammatory messengers. These aren't just temporary visitors. They set up camp in your joints, especially in your knees, ankles, and feet. Over time, this chronic inflammation makes every step feel heavier, every movement more labored. That unexplained exhaustion you feel? It might not be age, it might be your breakfast. When you combine eggs, rich in protein and fat, with refined carbs, you create a digestive traffic jam. Your body struggles to process this combination, leading to gut inflammation that travels through your bloodstream and settles into your most vulnerable joints. But here's the empowering truth. You can break this cycle. You can choose foods that energize rather than drain you, that heal rather than harm. Your body is incredibly resilient and forgiving. It just needs you to make choices that support its natural healing wisdom. 3. Cheese, especially processed or melted cheese. Picture a fluffy omelet filled with melted cheese, or scrambled eggs topped with that gooey golden goodness. It feels like pure comfort food, doesn't it? For many of us, cheese represents warmth, satisfaction, and familiar pleasure. But what if this seemingly innocent indulgence is secretly sabotaging your mobility and stealing your energy? As we age beautifully, our bodies become more selective about what they can easily process. Processed cheese, the kind most commonly used in breakfast dishes, is loaded with saturated fats, artificial additives, and a protein called casein that can trigger inflammatory responses in sensitive systems. When you combine heavy, dense cheese with equally rich eggs, you create a meal that sits like a stone in your stomach, sending distress signals throughout your body. The result often shows up hours later as swelling in your knees, aching in your calves, or that tight, uncomfortable feeling in your ankles. But here's what breaks my heart. This discomfort doesn't just affect your physical body. It chips away at your confidence, makes you hesitant to take that walk you love, or causes you to second guess whether you can handle that shopping trip or visit with grandchildren. When movement becomes painful, life becomes smaller. You deserve so much more than that. You deserve to feel vibrant, capable, and free in your own body. If you're still with me and feeling that spark of recognition, I'd love for you to share what you're learning in the comments. Sometimes putting our aha moments into words helps them stick and inspires others on similar journeys. 4th, nightshade vegetables, tomatoes, peppers, potatoes. This one might surprise you, and I want you to approach this information with an open mind and gentle curiosity rather than frustration. We've been taught that vegetables are always our friends, and for the most part, they absolutely are. But sometimes, even well-intentioned choices can work against us. Nightshade vegetables, tomatoes, bell peppers, potatoes, and eggplants contain a natural compound called solanine. For many people, this isn't a problem at all, but for some of us, especially as we age and our bodies become more sensitive, solanine can disrupt nerve function and aggravate inflammation. If your kidney or liver function has slowed even slightly, which is natural with age, your body might struggle to filter out these compounds effectively. The result, they can build up in your system, creating stiffness, swelling, and even burning sensations that feel mysterious and frustrating. You might enjoy a lovely omelet with diced tomatoes and peppers, thinking you're making a healthy choice, only to wonder hours later why your legs feel heavy or your knees feel tight. Your body is trying to tell you something important. It's just speaking in a language you might not have learned to understand yet. This isn't about eliminating all vegetables or feeling guilty about past choices. It's about becoming a detective in your own health story, paying attention to how your body responds, and making adjustments that help you feel your absolute best. 5. sugar, jam, jelly, ketchup, or sweetened drinks. A little spoonful of jam on your toast, a splash of orange juice, maybe some ketchup on your eggs. These tiny sweet touches feel so innocent, almost nostalgic. They remind us of simpler times, of childhood breakfasts, of treating ourselves with small pleasures we feel we've earned. But here's what's happening in your body that you can't see. As we age, our tolerance for sugar becomes dramatically lower. What once felt like a harmless treat now becomes a powerful inflammatory trigger. When sugar hits your bloodstream, it creates chaos, spiking glucose levels, demanding insulin responses, and inflaming the delicate tissues around your joints and blood vessels. Over time, this leads to something called glycation. Imagine sugar molecules sticking to the proteins in your body like rust, stiffening your tissues, damaging your cartilage, and restricting blood flow to your legs and feet. That tingling in your feet, that burning sensation in your calves, that unexpected stiffness in your knees. Your body might be trying to tell you about the sugar connection. For those dealing with diabetes or prediabetes, this becomes even more critical. Sugar isn't just affecting your blood sugar numbers, it's actively working against your healing, weakening your immune response, and setting you up for chronic pain that threatens the very independence you've worked so hard to maintain. But remember, awareness is the first step toward freedom. Once you understand what's happening, you can make different choices. 6. Margarine or artificial butter substitutes. For decades, many of us made the switch from butter to margarine with the best of intentions. We were told it was healthier, more modern, a smart choice for our hearts. The food industry convinced us we were doing something good for ourselves. But sometimes, the road to health problems is paved with good intentions. Margarine and artificial butter substitutes, especially those made with hydrogenated oils, contain trans fats, substances so harmful they've been banned in many countries. These aren't just bad fats, they're actively destructive, disrupting your body's ability to manage inflammation, stiffening your arteries, and interfering with your body's ability to absorb the nutrients you need. When you use these products to cook your eggs or spread on your toast, especially when heated, they create oxidative stress that breaks down the collagen in your joints and restricts blood flow to your legs. The result can be devastating. Numbness in your feet, aching calves, throbbing knees, or cramps that seem to come from nowhere. The cruel irony: we often blame these symptoms on just getting older, when the real culprit might be hiding in the very products we chose to be healthier. 7. Why these combinations are dangerous for seniors. Here's the truth about aging that nobody wants to talk about. Not all damage announces itself with fanfare. Some of the most profound harm happens quietly, gradually, meal by meal, choice by choice. Those food combinations you've trusted for years, eggs with bacon, toast with butter substitute, cheese omelets with a side of hash browns, they feel like old friends. But sometimes, old friends can lead us astray. Your body at 70 is not the same as your body at 40, and that's not a failing. It's a natural evolution. Your metabolism has slowed down, your digestive system has become more sensitive, and your ability to bounce back from inflammatory triggers has changed. What used to be just a heavy meal can now trigger days of pain and stiffness. When you combine these inflammatory foods, especially first thing in the morning, when your body is trying to set the tone for the entire day, you create a perfect storm. Blood sugar spikes, uric acid levels rise, and inflammatory agents flood your bloodstream, targeting your most vulnerable areas, your joints, your legs, your feet. The heartbreaking part is that many people accept this pain as inevitable, as just part of getting older. They don't realize that their body is actually trying to communicate with them, sending clear signals about what's working and what isn't. But here's the beautiful, empowering truth. You have so much more control over this than you might think. Every meal is a chance to choose healing over harm, vitality over resignation, freedom over limitation. 8. What should seniors eat with eggs instead? Now comes the exciting part. Reimagining your mornings in a way that supports your body's natural healing wisdom rather than working against it. This isn't about deprivation. It's about liberation. It's about choosing foods that energize rather than drain you, that reduce inflammation rather than fuel it. Eggs can absolutely remain the star of your breakfast show. They're still that nutritional powerhouse you've always loved, rich in protein, gentle on digestion, packed with brain-supporting nutrients. The magic lies in choosing their supporting cast wisely. Instead of processed meats, try surrounding your eggs with leafy greens like spinach or kale, lightly sautéed in heart-healthy olive oil. These greens bring powerful anti-inflammatory compounds to your plate while being incredibly gentle on your digestive system. Add some creamy avocado for those healthy fats that actually support joint health rather than undermining it. If you love having a carbohydrate with your eggs, choose sweet potatoes or quinoa, complex carbs that provide steady energy without those inflammatory blood sugar spikes. These foods work with your body's natural rhythms rather than against them. Pay attention to how you cook your eggs too. Steaming, poaching, or gently pan-frying in olive oil or coconut oil keeps them nutritious without adding inflammatory compounds. Keep your meals as close to nature as possible. Whole, real, unprocessed. These changes aren't sacrifices, they're upgrades. They're investments in your future self, in your mobility, in your independence, in your joy. Every bite becomes an act of self-care, a promise to your body that you're committed to supporting its incredible ability to heal and thrive. Your journey to pain-free mornings starts now. As I reflect on this journey we've taken together today, I'm filled with hope for you, not because the path ahead is easy, but because you now have knowledge that can truly transform your daily experience. You understand that food isn't just fuel, it's medicine. It's communication between you and your body. It's either working for your healing or against it. I've lived long enough to understand that some of life's most profound lessons come disguised as simple choices. What we put on our plates each morning might seem mundane, but it's actually one of the most powerful tools we have for shaping how we feel, how we move, and how we experience each precious day. Your body has been so patient with you, hasn't it? It's been trying to tell you what it needs, what hurts it, what helps it heal. Sometimes the messages come as morning stiffness, sometimes as unexplained leg pain, sometimes as that frustrated feeling that your body just isn't cooperating anymore. But now you can listen with new understanding. Now you can respond with wisdom and compassion. Now you can make choices that honor the incredible vessel that has carried you through decades of life and still wants to carry you forward with strength and grace. Remember, it's never too late to rewrite your health story. Every morning offers a fresh start, a new opportunity to choose foods that support your body's natural healing wisdom. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be intentional. Your legs want to carry you confidently through your days. Your joints want to move smoothly and painlessly. Your body wants to wake up feeling strong and ready for whatever adventures await. And with the knowledge you now have, you can help make that happen. Your next step toward freedom. I want to hear your story. In the comments below, share one specific change you're committed to making based on what you've learned today. Maybe it's swapping that morning bacon for sautéed spinach, or choosing sweet potato over white toast, or simply paying closer attention to how your body responds to different food combinations. When you share your commitment publicly, it becomes more powerful. It creates accountability and inspires others who might be struggling with similar challenges. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs to take their first step toward pain-free mornings. And if this video has opened your eyes to new possibilities for your health, please share it with someone you care about. Knowledge this powerful is meant to be shared, not hoarded. Help us build a community of people who refuse to accept unnecessary pain as just part of aging. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell, because this is just the beginning of our journey together toward vibrant, healthy aging. There are so many more insights, tips, and life-changing strategies I want to share with you. Thank you for taking this journey with me today. Thank you for caring enough about yourself to seek out better ways to nourish your body. Thank you for believing that your best days don't have to be behind you. Here's to mornings filled with energy instead of stiffness, movement instead of pain, and hope instead of resignation. Here's to you taking back control of your health story, one breakfast at a time. Your vibrant, pain-free future is waiting for you. Let's make it happen together.